Hey, Kris and Larry family. So welcome to Freeze Dry Friday. Well, I ended up with 2 cases of yellow onions. So we're going ahead and chopping things up. And we're doing a very simple way. I'm taking the 2 ends off of the onions and I'm chopping it in half and peeling. And because we have so many, my critters will get what I'm throwing in my dump bag, and we're taking just the meaty part off of it, and then I'm putting it through a mandolin slicer, and I actually have a mandolin slicer with different sizes in here. The small did not work for what I wanted for the onions, so we used the larger size of the cubes, and we've gone ahead and done 3 trays so far. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 4th tray. Now my medium-sized freeze dryer, because I have 2 of those, they actually hold 4 of the onions, and these are not super huge onions, but they're not small, so I would definitely consider this a medium to large size onion. So each freeze dry tray can hold 4 chopped onions, as you can see, and we're going to go ahead and fill these up. Now, things that you can do with the freeze-dried onions, you can go ahead and use them as is, throw them in meat. Let's say you're doing some ground beef and you want to add some onion flavor, you can throw some of that in. Now, when these come out of the freeze dryer, I'm going to go ahead and divide them up into quarters. So I'll have 16 bags of onions, and it will be a single onion each, so I can use those like that later on. Now, other things that you can do with the freeze-dried onions, you can grind after they're freeze-dried, grind them up and make them into onion powder that you use for other recipes. There's a lot of different things you can do. I'm going to use this batch as is, but I have another case to go. We're going to dehydrate some this week. We're going to be canning some this week, but I wanted to show you at least the freeze dry. Now, my freeze dryer is in my dining room. I've got 2 set up on a big table in there, and it's already freezing. So I'm going to finish chopping these up and get those into the freeze dryer and get those started, and we'll show you when they come out. So what did you just do?
I cut all these kind of onions into these cubes from this machine.
Perfect. And then what are you going to do with these?
Putting them in the freeze dryer, and then once they are done, we're going to blend them up. It's going to be good. Blended.
Flour, powder.
Powder.
Something.
Okay, so this was 16 onions in total.
In the freeze dryer.
Freeze dryer.
So these are freeze dried onions that will seal up.
And then this was what, 20?
20 dehydrated. And what are we going to do with the dehydrated ones?
Make it into onion powder.
Make it into onion powder for use for later. So perfect. So 16 onions turned into 3 half-gallon jars.
Yep.
In the freeze dryer, and now we get to chop onions again and start again because we still have about 100 onions to go.
Yep.
All right. Say bye for now.
Bye.